Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and say hello. Wish you a good day, and pull out a few cards for this full moon in Leo. There will be a full lunar eclipse as well. I wanted, of course, to wish a happy birthday to all the Capricorn. For the sun is moving through the Capricorn, and it will be after the full moon. It will be moving into Aquarius. So it is at 0 degree. When the moon, or any planet's at 0 degree, it's very, very powerful. The closer it is to the beginning of a sign, the most powerful it is, and then it kind of dissolves. For instance, myself, I have my ascendant at 0 degree of Pisces, so I'm extremely Pisces in what I project. But I'm really Pisces, but I'm only at 13 degrees Pisces in terms of who I am in my sun. So this is just a basic understanding. But those were very, very powerful, and they were. So they will, of course, an eclipse is a shadow. It brings a shadow, and so. But Leo is about courage. It's about, and we do want to find peace and harmony. We want our light to be balanced, to be in harmony. And I'm going to pull 10 cards to see with the Voyager deck to see what this full moon will bring, and the next cycle will unfold. We get different cards than in the French game, French reading. There's certain things we need to overcome, but see, it will be the situation is the preserver. So the preserver means we need to preserve what is important. Spirit is preserving our soul, and spirit are preserving our destiny, what's important for us. But we need to put our intention. We need to keep our eyes on the ball. We need to stay focused on what needs to be, what's important for us. It is also the card. It is the Woman of World. So it is about birth and rebirth. What comes around the situation is the power of the magician. It is very, very powerful. It's the card number 1. So it is Mercury. Mercury has to work through the heart, not in the mind. It's the trickster, but when it moves in the mind, in the heart, it is the messenger of the sun. It brings into alignment the knowledge of what the sun brings in terms of the energy. It is also the power of magic. It is the power of creating amazing. Of creating what we need to create. We have all the tools in our possession to create what we need to create. What we see before us is disappointment. It means expectations that are not fulfilled. What are the expectations? Is about the Chariot. We were expecting a certain public recognition. We were expecting to be able to travel freely into the world, into the stars, to open these stargates. And what we've learned is the courage, the ability to transcend, to move forward, to develop more courage. For we have to have this courage in order to achieve what we need to achieve, and we can prevent the disappointment by being the child of wand. It is the seeker. It's by being humble, by being gentle, by being kind, by being receptive. And so all of that will happen. Everything will happen. We just got to accept whatever path there is. For I know my soul is really hard on me too. I mean, our soul is really what creates all the difficulties in our life. It is not God, it is not our spirit guides, it is our soul. Sometimes I feel my soul is being sadistic with me. It's like, why do I need to go there? Why do I need to experience all that? I know myself as an eternal being of spirit. I feel sometimes I've done my work here, let me go. I want to go back home. And it's like, it is done. But I know that I have more to do here. So I have to be patient with myself. And I know that everything I'm going through is for my highest good. Like the fact that I quit smoking is like it was necessary for my health. The fact that I stopped coffee, it was necessary to clear up my nervous system, so I can settle down into the new energies. It's just for me. I'm not saying that everybody needs to quit, but there is a certain need for purification. I think everybody's like it's like I'm not allowed. My soul does not allow me to speak more to sleep more than 3 hours a night for about 2-3 months, and I feel exhausted. But if I could find my balance with 3-4 hours a night, so be it. So be fine. I will have more time for creativity, and so it's about understanding this earth life is just nothing but a dream. It's very short. It's just an experience, and our own soul is managing thousands of incarnations all at once. It's through our time and space, and it is not in time. It's on the 5th dimension. It is at the frontier of time, matter, energy. It is like a center of a wheel, and all the incarnations are like a wheel that are turning. And so this incarnation is just a minuscule part of who we are. So let us not take those things too seriously, understanding that it is just a partial experience, and we are so much more than that. What we have in our subconscious, in our past, is time and space. It is the knowing that we do not know. That's the only truth that you can be sure of. The only thing you can be sure of, unless you are absolute, then you know all things. Then if you're not absolute, you do not know the truth. So to know that this Socrates was the central core of Socratic wisdom is that I know that I do not know. It's the basis of all understanding and science as well. For we have to recognize that we do not know in order to search, in order to find. So allow the universe to bring about this new beginning, for it is in the past, but now we are moved into the seer. We are becoming the seer. We are able to see, to understand more. Is the master of wand, the sage of wand. So it is. So it is very important to recognize that you're already being given a lot of power to understand. Trust your intuition. And of course, if there is anything that resonates with you, I appreciate if you could let me know that those readings, those information do resonate with you. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. It is important for the referencing of the channel. What's coming up in the near future is compassion. We're going to be able to exercise those power in a much more powerful way. We're going to be able to assist the world in a more powerful way. We're going to be able to love ourselves a lot more, because we as we cleanse ourselves, we're looking at all kinds of shadows about ourselves, and so we can create some dislike about those shadows that we perceive from the past when we were unconscious. So we have to learn to forgive and move into this sphere of acceptance and unconditional love. The strength we have in this situation is integrity. It's the ability to be true to ourselves, to sign on self, be true, to walk on the central road that will lead us to this great tower of wisdom. So it is about freedom. There will be the integrity is very important, because the whole planet is going through a period of testing, and so by being true to yourself, to be true to others, to stick to higher value, you are demonstrating to the universe that you cannot be shaken. Those values cannot be shaken outside of you. And so the rewards will come later, but we don't do things for rewards. But integrity, it's its own reward to be true, to be truthful. For what comes to us from the outside world is the tower. So there is a lot of the ground is being shaken. Everything is being shaken. The whole reality. It is Saturn in Capricorn that's going to meet Pluto next year, and Jupiter are going to meet them. Everything in society will be completely have to change. There's no choice. We have no choice but to change. It doesn't work. So rather than we cannot fix something that doesn't work, we got to start something new. So there's going to be a great deal of change. But even this year, we're going to see a lot of magical, incredible happenings. The more we have this integrity, this love, light, unity, consciousness, acceptation of that, the easier the path will be for when the judgment comes. Those who have been sticking to that truth will experience the judgment, the revelation, the apocalypse. Apocalypse means revelation, through joy, through rewards, through ecstatic bliss. But those who have been fighting that or refusing that will be experiencing through chaos and drama. And so we will be there to assist them, but we have to understand those who are fighting the light, who are fighting the love, who are always perverse and criminals, and they're not part of that brotherhood. They will be once they let go of their limited action. But for now, the brotherhood is only this brotherhood is only between those who are knowing God, who are seeking to be like God, who are, for all life was created so we can discover God. For without God, there is no eternal life. So everything is so we do have to continue to follow that the inner light. It is really within ourselves that the truth lies, and it is what we see in our inner emotion, hopes and fear is the inventor. It's moving from it's creativity and confusion. When you mix creativity and confusion, you get an invention, you get a creation, and so everything has its function. So it's about being creative. There will be a lot of new inventions that are going to come into play, new technologies. For there is a lot of negative technologies that are still being applied to condition humanity, to robotize, to reduce lifespan, to make people sick. Well, they don't tell you that they're going to make you sick, but the more advanced those technology advanced, it's more like Orwellian technologies. The more and more and more and more. But there will be a shift, and we're going to be moving into technology that will free us. So be creative, follow your intuition very as much as possible, and trust the love you are, the love you want to become more of that love. For that love is really our true essence. This love and light is our true essence, and the outcome will be great rewards. There will be great rewards. It's all kinds of rewards and even if the soul may feel very hard on us. For like it is just a temporary condition to prove that, so that we can become master of ourselves. For I know I'm complaining a lot. For humans are complaining a lot in general, but I'm complaining a lot about what my experience may be here on this earth. But I know it is for my highest good. I understand it. And for there is a tension that is still connecting us, that is holding and trying to hold us to the old cycle. This tension is wanting to keep us there. This cell memory that keeps coming back, and then there is a fear of the unknown about the future, because we have to trust and have the faith and trust, but not to seek the shadows. Only seek the light, to go towards the light, because if we see the shadow, it's because we are turning our back. We have the light in our back, and it's projecting a shadow. As we turn towards the light, we can no longer see the shadows, because the shadows are behind us. And then once we move outside of form, there is no more shadows. We realize there's never been any shadows. It's just because of the world of form. And so we want to connect to this fifth dimensional reality, where soul, cause and effect are reunited from the soul perspective. The soul lives on the border, the edge of time, matter, space, energy, and it conducts all the experiment of time and space in thousands and thousands of incarnations throughout time and space, all in the eternal now. So we feel like past life, future life, it's all happening now. And as we clear up our physical vehicle, we are able to reintegrate through our opening of our DNA all those memories, past and future. Although sometimes it is very delicate, because to spirit, 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years is the same thing. So for me, it's like, if the spirit saying it's right here, and it's like, but if it's in 10 minutes, 10 days, or 10 years, it is not the same for me. They don't understand that. So, but it's, in many sense, it's all happening now. So whenever we're ready for something, it is happening. So let us make it happening now. No, we are already ready for what we have been asking for. Understanding that we are asked to love unconditionally, to include all, to be inclusive, but the law is very conditional. The law of God is, there is two things that are not conditional, is that heartbeat, and we can breathe without thinking about it. Everything else is conditioned, even to everything is conditioned to our life circumstances, to our choice, to our decision, but the law has no choice but to be conditional, because it is a magnetic universe, and it is a law of cause and effect. So it is like, if the law was unconditional, it wouldn't work. So it has to be like that. We have to also realize of the story we are telling ourselves. Maybe changing the story we are telling ourselves. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I have to forgive myself for my doubt and self-criticism. I'm always in self-criticism. I always feel that I'm not good enough. I always feel like I'm not totally free, because I feel like my soul is always. It's like as soon as I start criticizing, my soul shows me the beautiful future before me. I say, wow, that's what I want. I say, yeah, but you're not ready yet. So it's like balancing this out, creating the balance until the point where all the energies are in balance, so we can totally be free, and the door opens, and we move to the next level. The sun is our inner nature, when Saturn is our karmic responsibility on the earth. For we are moving into a space of uncertainty, because we are moving into this new dimension, and we haven't made our mark yet. So we have to build this confidence, this new confidence, relearn life, because as we move into this new higher dimension, we have to relearn the parameters of how life functions. So it is a new time, but I think we'll all be ready. We've been prepared, and so we'll be just fine. In essence, we're already just fine, and so there is really nothing to worry about. I hope this message resonates with you. I'm just sure that share some thoughts. For there is those who know God and those who do not, and those who seek to do good, to do the will of God, and those who do not seek that, who seek to profit for themselves, no matter what happens. And so. But there can be people that do not know God, but have a very high level of moral consciousness, that are very humane, and God does not care about. It's not about beliefs. It's about it's about what's going on in the heart. It's really what's going on in the heart, and God knows what's going on in the heart of people. For we are children of the light. We come from the star. We are made of star. Eventually we'll ascend, we'll meet God, and we'll become children of God, which will give us privilege. For now we are face children of God, which is through our face that we are children of God. But in truth, in essence, we are children of the universe until we can ascend and meet God in person, be fused within that consciousness, and be sent back down as a child of God, as a sovereign self. It is all in the process of happening. Our self-mastery, we are all being trained and tuned in to become self-master, to become a master of ourselves. So yeah. So we want to be awakening to the next level, and if fear comes in, it's nothing to be worried about. It's just let the fear go, let the fear be. Do not give your power to the fear. Do not trust fear. Of course, you want to pay attention to what the fear is telling you, but sometimes the fear can fool you. It can lie to you. It's because we are not used to that new frequency, and therefore there is a great deal of unknown, and so fear comes in the place rather than faith and hope and trust and love. The fear sees that there is no faith, there is no hope, there is no love, there is a void, so it fills itself in, but it will dissolve. It is not real. It is and so to understand, we're moving into this next new dimension, and so I hope you enjoyed those time. It is a very powerful time. It is the last moments of this old life, and so we have to let it go to be ready to move into this new life that will have so much more to offer. And the painting behind me is a painting on divinity. So it's a painting about the 7 great families of spirit being. It's number 5 of a series of 7 I did in Denver, Colorado in 1999. And in essence, I could do a whole conference on those paint on any one of those paintings, because there is each of the there is 250 different characters, and each of them has a very, very expensive story to tell. So it is quite a beautiful piece. I really like it. Well, I don't mean to say it's beautiful. I mean it's on my own personal test, But I paint. I try to paint something that's very unique, that's very high style, and also has of good taste, something that I can enjoy looking at for a very long time. And all my paintings are like that. I'm really eager to move into a studio to organize all my paperwork. I have thousands and thousands, but I don't have the space or the resources to organize them yet. So. And I also wanted to show a couple of works it's on cardboard. I just put them on Instagram. This one is called The Ascending Self. So it is the story of this person that's here on this paradise at the root, and is developing this light body and is becoming this greater self that's holding this DNA. It's on cardboard. I think it's pretty nice piece. So those are minor pieces, but they're still quite nice, I think. And this one is called Higher Self. So it is like I have time to let my hair grow, and this is the higher spirit beings that can ascend into outside even higher. There is always a higher self. Even when we move into a higher self, there is even a higher self that can move us into a higher position. So it's like let's just share that. Let's just put them on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to finish with a song just to finish in music. It's called Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful time on this eclipse time, and please let me know if this resonated with you. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.